Okay, so the purpose of this video is just to give you guys a detailed account of my experience with Club Pilates. I think the very first thing to start with is pricing, most important. It comes in different packages, so you can do a 4-pack, an 8-pack, or unlimited. So the 4-pack I want to say is, the 4-pack is $109. The 8-pack is $180, and then the unlimited is $229. Okay, so here I am at the intro class. The intro class is free. I believe it's like 45 minutes. It just wasn't long enough. The instructor didn't name every single piece of equipment. In order for me to use the equipment, I need to know the name of the equipment and its purpose. Also, a review of each class is needed. So they offer different classes like Control, Cardio Sculpt, TRX. For people who are new, there should be an introductory class for each single class that's offered. The instructor was nice though, and it did feel great to get on the reformer and actually use it. But once again, it's just not enough in that 30 to 45 minute class to try to understand the basics of Pilates. So once the intro class is over, if you sign up immediately afterwards, the enrollment fee is discounted. So I believe the enrollment fee is normally like $99. But if you sign up that same day, it's $25. And then you also have to choose the package that you want. So I decided to start off with the 4-pack because I was unsure if I would want to continue it or not. And then I also use Pilates as a supplement. So I do mat Pilates at home on YouTube with Move with Nicole. And then I also go to the gym. So throwing in Pilates is just another great way to keep my body engaged in something new. So now that I think I'm on my 10th class. Things that would be helpful if there were like video links that we can watch. If there was like terminology that instructors use, maybe put that in a brochure, because there's just like so many different commands and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they also don't demonstrate. Like there isn't a free reformer where they can demonstrate. So you're really trying to do the movement and learn at the same time. It's kind of hard. I have a class at 6. It's actually a 1.5, so are there people here yet? Yeah, see the lights on. So this was my very first class. I know some studios require you to take a Reformer Flow 1, like the foundations class, before you enroll in a 1.5. But I think this particular franchise is a little bit more lenient. It was kind of difficult to keep up. I did have to keep asking for help. She also didn't use a microphone, so I was struggling to hear. It's annoying. Okay, so this is class 2. This is the foundation 1. I think this is where you're supposed to, get familiar with the commands. It moves very slow. It's supposed to help you learn, but it was almost too slow. Like I had to go to the gym to actually work out. Like my heart rate was not up at all. The instructor was talking about going to get a Starbucks drink and talking about what she was going to do over the weekend. I was just ready to go mid-class because it just wasn't what I was envisioning. It's like, what are we doing here? When you're looking for a teacher, you need to look for someone who is energetic, who constantly talks the entire class, and it's really leading you through the workout. I do not suggest taking more than one of these foundation classes, especially if your studio doesn't require you to take more than one. Take one so that you can just have that requirement out of the way. Okay, so this is another 1.5 class. This class was okay. This instructor was okay. I think the only thing that was confusing about this particular class is towards the end when she was saying like, oh, you're free to do whatever it is that you like to do for stretching. Well, I don't know what my options are, so I need you to actually tell me and show me what the options are.
Nice. And assessing here, your body may seek something different than your neighbor, so no need to use her as a base of comparison or competition. This is your cool down. So if you're someone you just want to hang out in a butterfly, take it. Now go reference if you're in a stretch that calls for you to balance yourself out, go ahead and do so. In the eyes, you're welcome to do so. If that's not a comforting sensation, just make sure here your facial muscles are relaxed and you're breathing.
I would suggest this if you are considering Pilates, you should start with mat Pilates at home with YouTube videos. You will hear at least some of the same language, and the workout is actually more intense than on the reformer because the reformer is actually aiding you a little bit, whereas on the mat, it is strictly you lifting your own body weight. Move with Nicole is my favorite. And then there's also Get Fit with Alini. I'll tag it, but she has a great YouTube channel.
And exhale, turn the palms, slowly lower the arms. Last time this way, reach and extend on your inhale. And as you exhale, plant the palms, bend the elbows, and thank yourselves for doing something good today. Chef Vegas. Nice. Make sure to spray and wipe off all major touch points. As you're wiping off here, you can use your spray bottle. We're just using towels until we get our wipes. So if your station doesn't have one, go ahead and share for your paper.
Okay, so the next class that I took was a 1.5 control. So the control, these are very slow, controlled movements with resistance, and they actually feel really good. You really do get a nice workout. It's a great challenge. You're on the reformer, and then sometimes you're against the wall. I forgot the name of that equipment. But this instructor was amazing. She was energetic. Her voice, she was not on a mic, but her voice could be heard throughout the entire studio. She was walking up and down the aisles, looking at participants and their form. She was giving encouragement. She talked the entire class. Like, this is what an instructor is supposed to do.
Not too Cindy. Come up. Take your time. Now come up, Ashley. Arms go straight back. Use that core. Resist those arms. I want you to sit up nice and tall for me. You must be long. We're working on chest expansion. Good job. Now, ladies, when you press those arms back, you're trying to kiss those shoulder blades together. Arms are nice and long. Core must be engaged. Resist that carriage back in. Good job. Let's all get to the bar and turn towards the front door. Let's all get to the bar and turn to
So this is another 1.5 class. This instructor was pretty good. She had us doing everything. Like, this was my first time actually using the box. So I just like the fact that she really did use variety. She also came over. She was helping participants and she was checking their form constantly on her feet. So I will get in her class again. This next class is a cardio sculpt. This class will get your heart rate up a bit because you are doing a little bit of jumping and you're using the springboard to do the jumps. This instructor she was okay. She was nice. I did tell her that I was pretty much new, that this was only my second cardio sculpt class. She did get on one of the reformers to try to show us how to do the movement. I think it was almost too much jumping for me. I do have an injury. That's the springboard right there. I do have an injury in my left knee that's sometimes aggravated whenever I have high impact. And so even though Pilates is low impact, all of that jumping for this particular class will aggravate it a bit. So that's why I am wearing the knee sleeve. Will I take another cardio sculpt class? Probably so. I still think the Reformer Flow 1.5 and the Control are my favorites if the 1.5 is done correctly, the 1.5 flow. But you can notice here, I'm almost certain those jumps are not correct. If there's a Pilates instructor watching this, can you please look at that and tell me if I'm even jumping correctly?
We're going to slowly roll down one more tray at a time. Your arms are down, your arms go down.
Okay, so here's just a recap. You want to try every single teacher that you can so that you can find one that you like. Also, don't waste time on that Foundations 1 class. I don't know if it was just the instructor who was horrible or if it's just a waste. I mean, I just didn't find it beneficial. Also, ask them to use a mic if you cannot hear them. Most of them want to come in and whisper. I don't have time for that. This is not a Zen class. I am really trying to work out. Also, start off with the 4-pack. See if you really like it before you commit to the other expensive packages. You can always upgrade later and then use Pilates as a supplement. Of course, you can, go to the gym. You can do other classes. I'm also thinking about ClassPass. If somebody has a ClassPass link, can you please put that in a comment? And then that way I think we can get credits if I use your link. And then also do some mat Pilates at home. You will see, that is a great workout, especially with Move with Nicole. She is constantly talking to you. She's using some of the language that they use at Club Pilates, and you will get a great workout.